Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, this is the newest film in the Jurassic series, and it plans to be the start of its own trilogy, potentially. And it takes place a good amount of time after the events of the last film. And, of course, a lot of the same plot beats that we've seen with these movies is back once again. I guess you could say you have an evil corporation that wants to hire mercenaries who's, Scarlett Johansson and one of her friends, Mahershala Ali, and also some of their people, along with a scientist who's played by Jonathan Bailey, who are basically, I guess, your new trio in this film, who go to the island to try to extract samples from some of the dinosaurs there, because these dinosaurs aren't like the other dinosaurs, because they mixed and matched them, crossbreeded them, so they're like a mix and match of like 2 or 3 dinosaurs put together. And so it's them, of course, stuff goes wrong and they're stranded on the island, but there's a way for them to get out, so they have to try to escape, while also there's another side plot with this family that they end up getting tangled with during them sailing on the sea. And so you have 2 side points of your main crew trying to hunt for these samples to extract them for medical reasons, and then you have this family that's also trying to survive and escape. And so naturally, like, there was probably not a need to go into another Jurassic World film this early, because the last one came out, I think, in 2022, and so this is like really like fast paced, like already you're making another one. And I wasn't really like, I was curious to watch it, but I mean, I didn't really like, I watched one of the trailers and I just wasn't pumped or excited to go see it. So I guess you could say my expectations were pretty low. And of course, this is a new cast that they're trying to introduce us with. No older people from the franchise, like, the classics, Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, Laura Dern from the original. No Bryce Dallas Howard or Chris Pratt, like a whole new cast. And, the movie, while it is really similar to the others in terms of the generic evil corporation and the main suit dude who is there kind of like a foil for the main characters, like the human bad guy, if you will. And yeah, there's some tense moments with the dinosaurs and all. I really do think the film is all right, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't nothing too crazy. It does follow the beats from what you expect from these type of movies. Like how obviously the original Jurassic World, was the start of this franchise and it was great. And then even when after a couple of the movies they rebooted with Jurassic World, it did something different. Like the theme park was officially open. It's grander. It's bigger. And even like the other ones, like the other one, A Fallen Kingdom, even that kind of did something different. Even Dominion was like the dinosaurs are out in the wild and stuff. Even though those films aren't particularly all that great, this film was kind of like following beat for beat stuff that we've seen before. There isn't that much originality there. But I mean, the main thing that the film hinges on is, I would say, its characters, which I know a lot of them are kind of one-dimensional and stuff. You it's hard to not like them, because I mean, they're just really talented actors and actresses. Like, I really do have a lot of respect for Scarlett Johansson and the role she's done, and her character here is pretty solid, and she does a really nice job. And I heard she's a big fan of this series, so seeing her get to lead it is also really cool for her. And I did like the other people, like the nerdy guy who's there, Jonathan Bailey, who's starting to level up a lot in recent movies. Like, I believe he was also in Wicked, and he's going to be in the new one, obviously. So he was really fun and solid. Mahershala Ali, who we haven't seen in a while, he was doing great. And, there isn't that much to flesh them out, per se. It was just kind of like a dumb, fun movie, which is, I guess, similar to how I was talking about the last one. But I thought this one was a bit better, because it just had not only were the moments more fun and like tense, like there were moments where I was watching it with my mom and we were kind of like freaking out at some moments. Like, I wouldn't say getting jump scared per se, but like there's this one scene that's really reminiscent of Jaws in a lot of ways, and I thought that was kind of cool, seeing little references like that to other classic monster type movies. So I thought that was cool. There was nice bonding I really liked with the family and the older daughter whose boyfriend's with them as well. And so the boyfriend, the dad, kind of had some tiffs throughout, but I kind of liked how that story wrapped up near the end. And I'm really glad that we did get the family, because instead of being dragged down by one plot point, which is the mercenaries hunting the samples, it cuts to the family who got split up from them when they all got to the island. And so you keep going back and forth, and there's like different action sequences to keep you invested. Like you grappling down, from you seeing the marketing and all, grappling down, find the pterodactyl hybrid, or them on the raft, the family on the raft, trying to avoid the mix of a T-Rex or whatever. And of course, like the main dinosaur that we see in a lot of the marketing that they've been hyping up doesn't get a lot of screen time besides the incredible opening, which I gotta say is hilarious. And it's really insane how the whole thing kind of spiraled because of a damn Snickers wrapper, the little Snickers chocolate, bar or whatever. The stupid wrapper. I can't even dive into why, but I was bursting out laughing. I was like looking at my mom. I'm like, there is no way that this wrapper causes this, what happens to happen. And I can't really say more, but I was just blown away at how dumb that was. And even like the ending was pretty tense too as well. So again, this film had a lot of mixed emotions for me. There were some tense moments. The cast is all around pretty solid. The 2 plot points I do think make the film more rewatchable, seeing action set pieces, and you do like the characters and stuff. But overall, it doesn't really do nothing to push the mold and do something to rejuvenate this franchise in a way. Will I still see the next one that they're undoubtedly going to make? Yeah, I'll probably see it. But this film, it wasn't nothing special. So, with all that said, those are my thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. Yep. I decided to give it an overall positive because I did have a fun time watching this. And, I do recommend if you want to go see a movie out there, this one is not a bad option. Again, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to hit the bell to subscribe when I upload, and if you want to comment down below, that would mean so much to me. Again, I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!